Jai, no better place to start than the finish. Just a brutal knockout. Talk us through it.
Well, it happened pretty quick. first round, happy with the performance. You know, I was expecting a sort of longer fight. I trained for 12 hard rounds, but you know, I clipped him early, and that's all she wrote.
It was a cagey start to begin with. Were you trying to figure him out, his movements? What? Talk us through those first 2 minutes before the finish came.
Yeah, he was hesitant. You know, I wasn't. It was hard to read because he wasn't throwing anything. You know, and I sort of wanted to fucking punch on, but yeah, it was good. You know, I clipped him early. I was sort of waiting for him to throw. He wasn't throwing much. He was just sort of kicking back. But yeah, man, it is what it is.
You said before the Jordan Thompson fight that you felt like a new fighter after you had the operation on your left hand. We've now seen that in devastating scenes in 2 fights now. How good does it feel to be able to use that left hand properly?
Yeah, people don't understand. You know, this is, I think, my fourth fight with a left hand. You know what I mean? I had so many fights with a bad left hand and I couldn't throw it properly. You know, I couldn't train properly. Couldn't even hit the mitts like at 100%. So I'm just able to get sharper, faster, stronger. So the best is yet to come.
You obviously were forced to vacate the IBF world title at the start of the week. Did that give you an added motivation to put on a devastating performance here tonight?
Yeah, it's all fuel on the fire. You know, it just pumps me up. Got people working against me. You know, I feel like it's just part of our crew. You know, it's part of our journey. We've always had that. You know, we've always had to go against the grain, and we've always had people that don't step in the ring trying to control what we do. But we just keep proving them wrong. We just keep doing what we do. You know, we keep our fucking head down and we work hard, and the rest speaks for itself. You know, we don't got to go and talk shit about people and you know, sell our fights with our mouths. We let the fights do the talking. So.
You said in the build-up to this fight that you were fully focused on Zora and you'd managed to put that to one side, but deep down, was it difficult to put that aside? That must have been a really frustrating start to the week for you.
Not at all. Stuff's always happening in life, you know what I mean? Whether it's with the belts, whether it's family dramas, whether it's anything in the world, there's always outside noise. So I've learned to just put the blinkers on and I legit just picture their head every day when I wake up and go to sleep, you know? So that's what I do, and it's working.
Should the IBF mandate 2 other people to fight for the belt, and whoever wins that, do you think that they should consider themselves the champion, or in everyone's heart of hearts they know that you're still the main man with the IBF?
Right, I don't know what they should do. I don't care, but Briedis is a fucking pussy, man. He pulled out. Yeah, he's lost my respect. I used to look up to him coming through my cruiserweight, you know, journey. My first couple pro fights, I used to run on a treadmill, watch fights against him and the Usyk, and just know I was gonna fight people like that. Well, I give him a touch up once and you never come back. So it is what it is.
Why do you think that he seems to be avoiding you, doesn't really want to take the fights with you? Is it because he knows how serious you are from that first fight?
I don't know. He's just, man, honestly, I don't care. You know what I mean? He's doing what he's doing, I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm here on these big stages. We're making statements every time we fight. I'm training hard and I'm just focused on the future. It is what it is.
Future for you is another fight here in Saudi Arabia. Have there been any discussions at all with His Excellency about what may be next for you?
I'm not sure who the opponent is, you know, but whoever the Excellency tells me to fight, that's who I'm punching on with.
Do you have a preference? Would it be to go straight back in for a world title, whether it's with the IBF or another governing body? What would you like to do in your mind if you could pick your next opponent or the next route for you?
Like I said, whoever he tells me to fight, that's who I'm fighting. You know, he's the one making all the moves. He's the boss. And I'm just a fucking warrior fighting in the ring. You know what I mean? So we got to do what we got to do.
I'm going to throw a few names out there for you. The other champions, you can just give your opinion on them. First of all, the WBO champion, Callum Smith.
Yeah, of course.
What do you think about him as a fighter?
He's a great fighter. You know, he's got the will to win. He's a soldier. You know what I mean? He's a tough bastard. He keeps walking forward. Great fight.
Gulamarian?
He's a good fighter as well. It's hard, tough dude. They're all good fights. I'm not saying they're shit fighters. I'm just saying I'll fight any of them. You know what I mean? Respectfully. I'm not trying to put them down and say they're bad fighters or anything like that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of politics outside of the ring that sort of stop. I reckon these fighters would fight, but there's just the politics and stuff. So I don't like to get involved with it. Like I said, Whoever they put in front of me, that's who I'm fighting.
How frustrating is that side of the sport when a person like yourself who's shown time and time again you'll jump in the ring with anyone they put in front of you? How frustrating is it that sometimes slows down the journey?
It is frustrating, but you know, taking part in these Riyadh seasons, it's making a change. You know, this was the first fight, but I feel like the next one's just going to be a bigger fight with a better opponent, and then they're going to gradually just build and build. You know what I mean? These Saudis, man, they're making shit happen. So I'm proud to be here, and I'm the first cruiserweight to be on these cards. So, you know, Team Riyadh.
You've still got business to do in the cruiserweight division. We know that, but it has been suggested to you that there are moves to heavyweight could be in the future. You've been sat around so many heavyweights here. Have you ever visualised at all this week about what it would be like to mix it with some of those?
Oh man, I think about it all the time, but it's a thing further down the track. You know, I've got so many fights. I've got another fight here in March, and then I'm looking forward to coming back to Riyadh season 2, you know, or the next season. It's exciting, you know, the future of boxing is exciting. The fights that can be made, and the fight that the Sheikh himself can put on, because I had dinner with him the other day, you know, with all those fighters. He was just sitting at the front and he was going, yo, I want you to fight him. And all the fighters are going, yeah, all right, you know what I mean? What else are we going to do? So, bro, I'm proud to be a part of this, you know, this no nonsense, and you fight him, and if they say no, then fucking beat it. You know what I mean? That's how it should be. So it's what boxing needs.
How do you reflect on Riyadh season as a whole? This whole week, you've had an amazing experience here tonight, a brutal first round knockout. You've had great experiences with His Excellency, but how do you reflect on the whole week compared to other fight weeks that you've been involved in?
This has been the most professional fight night I've been a part of. You know, everything has been run smoothly. There's been no stress. You know, the gyms, the food, the equipment, you know, just everything here in Riyadh has run smoothly. It takes stress off the fighters, stress off the teams. We don't got to worry about other stuff. All we got to do is come here and do what we came here to do. And it is just such a good feeling to be a part of something so good in boxing. You know, like I could not stress enough that how smoothly everything's run while we've been here. Everything here's just lights, camera, action, you know what I mean? There's media here. Everything that boxers need is here.
It must be a special feeling as well for His Excellency to have taken a liking to you. Out of all the boxers in the world, he recognises that you're a special fighter. That must make you very proud as well.
It does make me proud, you know. I'm born for this. You know, my life's led to these things. You know, I've boxed my whole life, and I've been waiting for big stages like this for my whole life. You know, and I'm proud that the Excellency sees that in me. You know, he knows that I'm a fighter, I'm a boxer, and he knows I'll fight anyone. So I'm happy to have him on my side and make these things happen.
Jai, I know that you've got an early flight to catch to make sure that you get back for Christmas Day home in Australia, so I'll let you go. Just congratulations on tonight. An amazing few months for you, and we look forward to seeing you next year.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me. I look forward to coming back.